Na 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 na.
Do you feel that the men are the ones who really lead the relationships on if it's going to work or make it or not?
Yes, but women control the sex. They control when the sex goes down. We control when the relationship starts.
You think so?
Honey, do me a favor.
What?
Can you go out to the garage? There's on the box. There's a phone stand.
Oh yeah. My phone was going dead.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't grab that in the first place.
I don't know why I didn't grab that in the first place.
Oh.
Brax.
Yes.
How was school today?
Cool.
Yeah, they be giving me the same answer pretty much every day. It was cool. It was good. That's it. They'd be like, yo, it was a stabbing like 2 weeks ago. I'd be like, yo, I asked you how school was. You didn't think a stabbing was like something to bring up? Don't it, Towanda?
Yeah.
They'd be like, it's cool. It was good. It was good.
They do say that.
What? I'm so full of water, honey.
That's not all you full of.
That's not all you're full of. My name's Towanda, and I just cracked a joke on Bigo. Everyone laugh.
Oh.
A person on IG before we got on here said, how did the kids... Are the kids there, honey? Are the kids there, yes or no? You can't answer? So that crazy face means yes. The kids are still around, is what you're saying. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we can't get in. Are the kids around you?
No.
All right. And then somebody asked us, how were the kids affected in the divorce? And I jumped in and said I wasn't around when the divorce separation was really going down, so I didn't see how it affected the kids. I just saw the aftermath and the debris after it happened. Would you care to talk about that? Elaborate on that?
Sure.
Okay.
Because they were younger and they were around him all the time. He just came downstairs.
Right.
I was saying, okay, here we go. Gone. Yeah, it was challenging because when one parent involves the children, it always ends up being messy. And what I mean by that is if there are discussions in front of the kids, I just don't believe that what parents go through, they should not involve the kids. So I think it would be best if you start asking me questions because there's so much stuff.
Okay. So when you felt like it was getting worse or it was you guys were going in different directions and it started to really play out in your relationship, did you feel that the kids noticed?
Did I feel that the kids noticed? Well, of course, because we never did PDA.
Well, you never did PDA from the very beginning.
That's what I'm saying. We didn't do PDA like that. Like, we, when they were born, it wasn't a lot of PDA like that. It was PDA like that with them, with the both of us, hugging and kissing on them and holding their hands and things of that nature, but they never saw us doing those things.
Okay, so let me ask the question again. before they came along, there was a normality to y'all's relationship. There was no PDA. There was no hugging. There was no holding hands. I love you, smooches, tapping booties. It was none of that. Correct?
It was a. It wasn't. It was very abnormal. It was abnormal. So I'm not going to say that we never hugged. That would be a lie. I'm not going to say that we never, ever held hands, but he didn't hold my hand. So I can literally count on one hand how many times we held hands. I can count on one hand how many times we hugged in public, for sure. We never kissed in public.
So, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes.
So you asked me to ask you questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these questions I'm asking you, I know you probably want to elaborate, but the basis of where I'm trying to go with this is to find out how the kids were affected by the divorce. So my focus is the kids. So when I talk about affection, it's not about globally y'all's relationship. I'm saying in the eyes of the kids, it was not a normal thing to see y'all hugging, kissing. Right. So what? Okay. So what I'm saying is when you guys got to a point, or when you got to a point, because we can't speak for him. When you got to a point where you were like, okay, I need to strategize on how to exit this relationship in a way where the kids will be okay, or less damage will happen to them, or they will be less hurt, or I don't know, or whatever, less affected. When that happened, when that clicked in your mind, what was that situation that was married to that decision? And what I'm saying is, moving forward, do you think them as kids understood what was happening?
That's a loaded question, but I'm going to try my best to answer.
Okay.
I don't think they. Okay, my thing was my aha moment was I did not want Braxton and Brooke to think that this was normal.
Okay.
I did not want them to think that that was normal. I wanted them to understand that it was okay to hug your girlfriend or hug your spouse, and to love and show love to your spouse. What they saw was, even Braxton expressed to you before, what they saw was basically their father was like their oldest brother.
Right.
So my moment when I said, it was so long ago. It was when they were little kids. And then I progressively gained the strength to say, I can do this by myself. And then, later on, it was the moments of he having tantrums. And by tantrums, I mean, he started walking around the house ignoring me, mad that I was actually literally divorcing him. Like I did something to him. And then he would have discussions with the kids, telling the kids that I broke the family up or I did something. It was all of those things. He was and to me, that's mental abuse to me.
So you're saying that he would audibly say to their ears, your mom is breaking the family up?
Yes, it's your mother, yes.
How do you know this?
I was in the room. It happened in the room.
Oh, so you heard him with your own ears say it?
With my own ears.
Okay.
With my own ears.
What was the kids' response to that?
They wouldn't say anything. And then I would say, why are you doing that? Don't do that. Like, don't do that to them. There were so many times I said that, like, don't do that. Like, don't do that to them. This has nothing to do with them. And he would continuously place them in the middle of the conversations. He would just say crude and rude things.
Like what?
Your mama is having sex with somebody else. I mean, he would say crazy stuff. Like, really, like, for real, he would say crazy stuff.
How old were they when he was saying this?
This was in I don't, maybe.
Okay.
I would really have to sit down and think about it.
Okay.
But they weren't teenagers.
But they understood what sex was.
Yes, of course.
Gotcha.
Sure.
And you would hear him audibly say, your mother's having sex with somebody else.
Yes.
And the kids would not respond. You would jump in.
I just remember I was in Brooks. One time I was in Brooks' room, and Brooke was like she was a grown woman. Like, what?
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And this goes back to the original discussion that we were having about how difficult sometimes it is for individuals to understand and to accept that it's just time to move on. And it's not like he was never prepared. He's been prepared for this. But I really believe that he never, you know how some people feel that things that never happened to them? I think he's that person.
Well, that's a trait of narcissistic behavior.
Oh, yeah, of course, sure. He's definitely narcissistic. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, again, I mean, even in the beginning of our relationship, there's so many times that I moved out or I kicked him out, or one day when he came home, I packed everything up in one day, like in a couple hours while he was at work. I packed up all my stuff, my bed, because all the furniture was mine. I packed everything up and left.
How many times did that happen?
Man, I can't even tell you how many times.
More than 3?
Oh, yeah, God, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And what?
I knew. I knew that it wasn't supposed to be.
So
yeah.
What kept you going back?
Fear.
Okay. Pause right there. I want to connect two things. You said before that you finally got to the point where you felt like you could do it by yourself, on your own.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, I mentally put a sticky note there. So when you go here and you say fear,
mm-hmm.
Are these two connected?
Absolutely.
Okay, so explain that to me.
Because it was the fear of the unknown, the fear of me being able to take care of them by myself, take care of the kids by myself.
But you were you were doing that financially. You're saying you didn't know logistically, like if you were out of town, who would pick them up or from school?
All of that.
Okay.
All of those things played into all of that. All of it did. And then, I felt that I couldn't trust people, and, it's a whole slew of things. And as a mother, those are the things that really run through your head. And then if things happen, I know it's awfulizing, but if things happen, we typically blame ourselves for it. Like, damn, I should have, could have, would have done that, and maybe. But, it was no different from what he was doing in terms of the abuse. Abuse is abuse, regardless on if it's physical, emotional, mental, or verbal. It's all abuse.
So when you say abuse,
mm-hmm.
You said last time we talked about this that he was physically, mentally, all types of abuse, emotionally abusive to you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like he was abusive to the kids?
Yes.
How?
In all of those ways.
Physically, emotionally, mentally?
It was really, really, really rough on the kids, especially Braxton. Especially him. And I almost feel that he was jealous because he knew I loved Braxton.
What?
Yeah. I mean, he knew that I love both of my kids, but it's just something different with. Let me just put a pin in that because that's different. He was also saying crazy stuff to Brooke.
Okay.
But my point is, he was harder on Braxton. He would grab him. He would, he was worse with Braxton physically with Braxton. I remember when Braxton was a little baby. He was a little baby. I don't think I should talk about this right now.
You sure?
Yeah, it's making me sad.
All right. You want to talk about vacations?
Yeah.
Let's talk about vacations. So, anywhere right now, we go to the airport and we're like, where do we want to go? Where you want to go?
I can't believe they're talking about this online. I want to go to Fiji.
Who said that they can't believe we talking about this online?
I don't know.
All right. Whoever that is, I don't care who it is, kick them out. Because they don't need to be here for that. Ariel, please. I don't care if they been given beans. We don't do that here. We talk about what we want to talk about. We talk about what we feel like talking about. We are transparent, and we're not here to pretend. We keep it 1,000 because everything that she's gone through and everything that I've gone through, and how we made it through is help for somebody. When people feel like you are not normal like them, they can't really connect with you. Mm-hmm. And we're not saying that we have all the answers to everything, but we gather some tools along the way to help. And sometimes when we share our story, be it glorious, bad, sad, personal, it's to help somebody else. Period. So I don't know. Yeah. So if us sharing our stories, because Tawanda's asked me some pretty, personal questions about me and my ex and our divorce and what happened with us. If you're not ready for that, don't be on here. It's cool. Like it's all love. Like you don't have to be here.
There's a million other lives that you can go to.
Right. And we're not doing that. So, and I need everybody also to understand that I treat our platforms like our house, like YouTube, IG, Bigo, MySpace. I don't care. If you get on here and you trying to censor or silence us in any way, her or me or the kids in any way, I'm gonna kick you the fuck out. Period. I be blocking people on YouTube left and right. They come in there talking crazy, block, and I will kick you out of here, and I will erase your comments and block you on IG. Like, we not doing that. Like, don't try to steer where we're going. This is where we're going. We know what we talking about. If she don't want to talk about it, she ain't got to talk about it. If she want to talk about it, she can talk about it. Same with me. Ain't nobody bullying nobody here. Everybody got a voice in this house. So, if you feel like it's too heavy or you don't understand why we talking about it, then this conversation is not for you. But we're not going to sit here and let you, question or do all of that. You can get the fuck about this bitch. So, sorry for the commercial break. So you saying you would go to Fiji?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, if you sent gifts, I can't see them right now. I got them on this crazy mode, so I can't see. But
Yes, guys, for the gifts. Thank you, Robin and Denise.
Thank you. Fiji. How many days?
11.
Ooh. Okay. What airline? Oh, no, she froze. Huh? Emirates. Okay. So I know you only travel first class, and I only travel first class. Are you wanting to change it up and go coach on these flights? Okay. All right, I'll take that as a no.
You just made me freeze.
I made you freeze for my question?
Yes.
No, I believe you. So, what hotel?
I don't know yet. Maybe the Ritz-Carlton or the Four Seasons.
All right. Okay. 11 days. Emirates. All right, you packing bags?
No, I just buy stuff when I get there.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, honey, it's almost time for you to do your talent show.
I know.
And you looking sad.
Am I?
A little bit.
Mm-mm.
What? Alyssa.
Maldives. That's where I want to go too, Nicole. I want to go to Maldives as well.
Maldives?
Mm-hmm.
Honey, I want to take you to Gary, Indiana. That's my dream vacation for you.
Okay, let's go.
I want to take you to the Holiday Inn Express on MLK. I want to stay there for 22 days.
Okay. Thanks, Robin Denise.
Thanks, Robin Denise. Ooh, bags. Okay. Boom. Shatira, thank you.
Thanks, Shatira.
Thank you, Shatira. Thank you, Shatira. Okay. Well, here's the deal. I want to explore more of this. I think this will be the first installment of the True series.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna do a to be continued. Cause let's if you don't feel comfortable talking about the kids and their interaction with him like that.
It's not that. It's just I hate to use the word. I don't use the word hard. I always use the word challenging.
Yeah.
Because with the challenge, you can reach it. If you tell your brain that it's hard, it's unreachable.
Amen.
So it is challenging. It's just emotionally challenging. Because even as a parent, one would, after I tell the whole stuff, one would ask, why'd you allow this? Or why did you allow that? And it's like asking a battered woman the same questions.
I would imagine if I went through that and I was talking about it and someone did ask that, I would also kind of start judging myself or judging the self that I was. You know what I'm saying? Is that what's happening?
No, it's not that. No, it's not that. It's just going back to that moment because it's reliving that moment. It's just reliving the moment because these are as we are unlayering all these, I guess, secrets, so to speak, that I just kept covering and layering and cementing and building and to keep to myself. It's when you take it off, when you take the brick and mortar off of it, you have a lot of debris. So, especially when it comes to talking to the kids about the kids, reliving that moment of I'm not judging myself, but in the same breath, I'm looking at it like, gosh, I knew, and I'm sorry, God, for not being obedient.
Na 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 na